look at what's happened to me. No, I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Believe it or not, it's just me.
I can't get over how talented Chris Clark is, you guys. Did you see that new intro? Did you see? We went to like the greatest American hero here at the PJ Campbell Network. Welcome back. This is watch along number 39. That's right. Count it. 39 watch alongs here since the beginning of quarantine. And we're here tonight to talk about the greatest American hero. No, we're here to talk about the Rugrats in Paris because we're back on our Rugrats Nickelodeon animated movie kick. I'm super excited, but man, what a cool logo. What a great new opening. Chris Clark just doing all the best stuff. And I believe the person that I have here tonight with me definitely agrees with that. Hello, my friend Maxwell.
Hello there, Paja. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. That's never going away, is it?
No, it's not. That intro, like, I liked the previous intro.
I did. I'm a Cheers fan.
I legitimately feel like this is like a network television show with a full, robust cast of characters that people tune into week after week. And I love how it highlighted all the various guests we've had on our watch-alongs.
It really did. It really brought a smile to my face, and that includes one gentleman here who's basically been here with us since the beginning. Mr. Pat Hogue? How are you, my friend?
I'm good, but I'm even better after seeing the fabulous work of one Mr. Chris Clark. And Max, to what you said, like, he not only captured just kind of the different guests we got, the energy we have, but just really, this is the widest ranging show on the internet. One week we're talking about Rugrats the movie, some other week we're talking about Brick from like Ryan Johnson, and we're about to go into just the weirdest horror month that's coming up. So, Chris Clark, bravo, you have outdone yourself. There's no singing pineapple, but you've outdone yourself.
He's been teasing behind the scenes that he's working on something completely new for just the horror month too. So like Scary Movie Squad might be having its very own, very specific intro that I'm very excited to see how that turns out. But, you know, hats off to this guy, man. Like, he knows what he's doing. We don't get enough love for Chris Clark in these parts. And if you guys didn't watch it last night, you really need to watch our top 10 movies of all time. We ended up going over almost 70 films. All of us came from very different places. Chris Clark's list, man, it's so interesting.
I thought what was so special about last night, besides the fact that it was 4 hours and for me at least felt like an hour, is just the true diversity of everyone's list. Like, there was even very little crossover. Yep. I think the only crossover is pretty much everyone had at least Star Wars movie because we're nerds, right? Yes. That's going to happen. Oh. But beyond that, it was so wild. Like, we had everything from Iron Man 3 to King Kong, Little Shop of Horrors, Jaws, Magnolia, Swiss Army Man,
Stupid, The Room,
Big Adventure, just a whole wide variety of all of the different types of films, and that was so cool that no one really had the similar stuff. It was very minimal crossover, and it was a celebration of so many wonderful films because for the most part, when we were going through everyone's list, it was all films we all liked and dug and were excited to talk about.
Yeah, the only person who I felt slighted through all of it was Kristen, because every time someone had Lord of the Rings lower than 1, she would put in the chat that the friendships were over. But it was a lot of fun, man. And speaking of fun, we got a lot of fun things coming up. But of course, if you guys haven't seen it already, what's that? You want merch? You want T-shirts? Well, we're on TeePublic.
It's funny you should say that.
Oh, really?
This is a watch along. And I'm sure you've noticed I enjoy a nice cold beverage when I'm doing these streams or watch-alongs. So what better than a watch-along
Look at that.
travel cup? It has Chris Clark's brilliant watch-along logo with, of course, Kirk and the PJ Campbell logo up here at the front. It's good for hot drinks. It'll keep it warm. It's good for cold drinks. It'll keep them cold. You could take it in your car. It has this great top here that you could flip up. Let's see.
Tastes like victory.
Refreshing as hell. So I highly recommend getting one of these. You can get any of our logos on this cup. It's a great cup, and I think the print job is really, really beautifully done. I'm so happy with it, and I'm gonna have it here for all the watch-alongs going forward. So,
dude, I love it. And again, you guys, there's T-shirts, there's mugs. Like, look at that. The link is already over in the chat with you guys. But check out the T Public store. Face mask. I have one on the way.
Yep.
I think we've all ordered shirts.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Mine's coming. It'll be here.
My Scary Movie Squad shirt comes in time for Scary Movie Squad.
Yeah, which,
this is really clutch. I feel like Vanna White or one of the Price is Right girls here. Ooh.
I've never been so jealous about something I'm a part of and not having.
That's how I feel, and I'm sitting here just waiting for my stuff to get here. Everybody's been talking about how much they love it.
Enjoying it, happy.
We'll get there.
Last night on our stream, Sully was wearing his PJ Campbell Network baseball tee, and he looked great.
Yeah, he already had it. He'd already gotten it. I'm very jealous. I'm waiting for mine to get here.
It objectively makes you more attractive if you do wear something with one of our logos on it.
Wait until we get Pat Hogue on a shirt. You guys won't even be able to keep
people
away.
The FDA will be there to shut it down. I promise you that.
Max, what do we have Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday we are doing our next live episode of Front Center Mezzanine at our normal time of 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern with Kaylin West. Kaylin West was on Broadway in The Prom. She did Dave Malloy's Moby Dick over at ART. She did a little stint on the first national tour of Mean Girls. She is an incredibly talented young actress, and I am so excited to talk to her about what it's like to be a young actress trying to get a career in musical theater on Broadway, auditioning, her inspirations, her childhood, all that great stuff. It's going to be really fun, and I hope you join us for that on
Before
Thursday.
you move on, PJ, I just, as somebody who's a part of this channel, and couldn't give two craps about a show I'm not on, because then what's the point? I will say, the guests and the conversations that you guys have on Front Center Mezzanine truly are some of the best about Broadway and about like this circle of entertainment. And if for anybody who hasn't checked it out yet, I watch those shows, and again, I'm not on them, so give them a watch. It's a great show, guys.
I appreciate that. It's a really tough time for a lot of industries right now, obviously with the continuation of the coronavirus, but theater and Broadway in particular have been hit hard. They're closed till at least January. So I think it's been nice to have a space for some of these artists to come on and talk about theater. And I also think because this is predominantly a movie themed network with some TV sprinkled in, it's nice to perhaps introduce people to another entertainment art form, and hopefully people have learned things and have gotten a wide variety of different perspectives. I think just in the handful of 5 or 6 episodes we've done so far, we've already had composers, producers, actors, all different types of people who have different experiences. We've had Tony nominees. It's just been really, really fun to talk to all of them, and I hope we continue doing it for months and years to come.
I definitely agree with everything you said.
I do like how you call it the continuation of COVID, as if it was a choice on our parts and we could at just some point.
Well, at this point, it is our own choice.
I don't want to go too far off the rails, but to make a long story short, I do sort of feel like it was America's choice to have it continue on as long as it has. So,
no disagreements here.
No, absolutely. But, on top of that, we have a lovely double feature coming up on Friday. We're closing out Monster Movie Month in a big, bad way. Literally big and kind of actually literally bad.
Some of it's bad. Yeah.
Godzilla 98 and Pacific Rim. Sean Sullivan will once again be here with it. I am super excited for that. I know this has been his baby for a while. This was his pitch. He wanted to do it. We made it happen. I can't wait for that. And of course, we've been talking about it. But September 5th, we are going to be doing a Bill and Ted triple feature watch along. We're going to go on a most excellent adventure It is not a bogus journey at all, and we are all going to face the music together as we go down the rabbit hole, or the circuits of time, if you will, as we watch all 3 of the Bill and Ted films Saturday, September 5th, and I hope you guys will be here for that. And, of course, it's coming. It's right around the corner. There it is, Scary Movie Squad, and look at that. You can get those shirts. They look nice. We got a lot going on, guys. And, of course, the very first film we're doing is going to be Halloween. You got to start Scary Movie Squad the right way.
I just can't believe
time seeing it.
It's almost September, honestly.
I know, man.
This year cannot go by fast enough, but I'm afraid that once it's over, it will feel like it's not over. But we'll enjoy it while it lasts.
It'll be December 31st, 11:59 p.m. It'll be December 31st, 12 a.m. It'll be December 32nd, 2020, December 33rd, 2020, and we're all going to be stuck in a Black Mirror-esque time loop. Woo.
Yeah. I'm just so hyped for everything we've got going on. Like, speaking of Christmas, I mean, you guys kind of saw me tease it over the weekend. There was a new logo that was put out there where we're gearing up to finish the year. Like, we already have all the watch-alongs planned for the next 4 months, man. Like, you guys...
It's only natural to follow up Scary Movie Squad with Merry Movie Squad, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go. We got some real cool guests lined up for that too. I know Hogue is kind of in the know also of the things we've got planned. Mm-hmm. We have you guys. We got content. We got content, and it's going to be awesome.
And I just also want to take a minute to remind everyone that all of our shows are also available just as an audio podcast on Spotify and iTunes. So if you have a commute to work, or you're lying in bed at night and you don't want to look at something, you can listen to all of our shows, whether it's the PJ Campbell Show, Suddenly Soundtracks, Front Center Mezzanine, Something Rotten, which I hope returns soon.
Yes, that is the plan.
Good. So,
nothing's ever dead on this channel. We always have a chance to bring it back.
And just know, like, we don't want it to ever be dead either. It just is a thing where we've been busy. I'm trying to make sure that we get through it, man. And I got to shout out real quick. We got a $5 donation already on the Streamlabs from one Mr. Pardis. He said that missed last night's stream, but Cats Don't Dance is one of my favorite films of all time, and I will put that movie in the chat.
You know, I saw Pardis say that earlier on Twitter, and I've never seen that movie, so I have added it to my list. And I am going to make sure I watch it soon. I looked it up, and just the animation style alone had me delighted. It looks really good, so I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that Mike K is onto something, but Mike K might be onto something. That's all.
This week we're just rerunning an old episode of Suddenly Soundtracks. I think we're going to be re-airing the Rent episode, but we have really exciting shows coming up. Next week, we are doing on Suddenly Soundtracks the top 10 musical opening numbers, which will include both film and stage opening numbers. And the following week, we are doing the film Moulin Rouge with our very special guest, Rachel Cushing. And PLD is joining us.
Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff going on the channel.
It'll be PLD's first time on the PJ Campbell Network.
This is true.
That's exciting to have a little PLD. I love that man. I think he's super chill to action, if you know what I'm saying.
I understood that reference. Well,
I didn't, but I still think it's funny.
Tip your waiters.
Look, here, all I'm going to say is, again, from everyone here at the PJ Campbell Network, guys, look at all the stuff we're doing. We can't do this without your support. Once again, head over to TeePublic or Streamlabs. Every donation you make, every purchase you make goes into making sure that we can continue to run the channel. We can get new equipment, make sure the lights stay on, if you will, proverbially during these harsh times.
The logos are matching.
Yes, this is true. And I just want to say, again, you guys have really brought a lot of joy to our lives in doing all of this. 39 watch-alongs is not a small thing. I saw earlier today, and we're going to get to Rugrats in just a second. I was going through all of our watch-alongs, and we had like 6 very hate-filled comments on the Young Guns 2 one that I had never seen until today, where they were like, what are all you people doing? All you're doing is sitting around talking. And I was like, we're literally doing commentaries. So sorry to the 6 people who were very upset at us for our
DJ, we got haters.
Yeah, we did.
You know what?
I deleted those comments, though.
You hate us because you ain't us.
Look, we're going to keep doing this as long as you guys want to listen to us talk about these movies that we watch. Yep. No, we don't show the movies to you because we pull up the movies and watch them, but we're here to commentate and have a good time with you. So, from the bottom...
don't want to get cease and desist letters.
Yeah, because we want to stay on the air.
Yeah.
So with that,
commentary is more than enough to keep you entertained. And with that, PJ,
look at that. He made me almost cry.
Well, Sean, I almost cried during the last Rugrats episode. I'm going to cry during this one. Let's not set the groundwork for that.
I just want to say before we start, I remember this one much less than I remember Rugrats, the movie. And I am hopeful the experience is not as traumatic as last week.
Yeah, I think this one is happier from what I remember, but maybe I'm wrong.
This is the opposite for me, where I remember this one a lot more, so I might just cry out of nostalgic joy this entire time.
I'm excited. I've got mine queued up at 0 on Netflix right now. If you don't have this movie, that's okay. As I said, it is on Netflix. Thank you, Dipper, for knocking everything over right before we start.
Dipper, we salute you.
So with that, guys, I'm going to count down from 5. As soon as I hit 0, we're going to go ahead and watch this movie together. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Guys, when Who Let the Dogs Out plays, I'm going to lose it because the dogs run down the Eiffel Tower, and I remember that being the most romantic/adventurous thing I ever saw as a kid. So when that happens, you're going to see me devolve as a person, and I can't wait
for that. Oh. Live action.
Oh, Nickelodeon, you scamp. Oh, God, PJ, we got to do, like, all the SpongeBob movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against that.
Really cute opening. I still want to do the SpongeBob musical that they did the pro shot of. Oh, the music again. Here we go.
Max, I've listened to the opening number of the SpongeBob movie. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a really good orchestrated version of... and it's so got good. Like the accordion like feel.
And the little French flag on top. Oh, and it looks like The Godfather.
The Godfather opening. I forgot about this. Guys, I forgot this is my movie. Like this is the one that I
love this so much.
And I've seen The Godfather at this point, so I know both sides of it.
What were you saying about SpongeBob, the musical?
I'm just like, I need to watch it, but like the opening number is good, but I can't believe that's a real musical still.
It is.
SpongeBob.
I was super skeptical before I went to see it. And it was just such a joy bomb. So much heart, such good messaging, incredible sets and performances. And I think the pro shot captures it really well. But we're here for Rugrats.
Oh my gosh, guys. I remember Angelica like also has a much bigger role in this one. And I was surprised at like the little she had last week. So I'm excited. Like I'm hearing these lines and I'm getting those like tinges of, oh, I've heard that a lot.
I love that this is a kid's film made in the year 2000 that's clearly a Godfather homage, like very clearly. I just think it's so good.
And we're going to get a real sense of what the mid-2000s Spotify playlist would have been before Spotify.
Yeah.
Well, this came out in 2000.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Like,
which is, what was the first one? 91?
No, 98.
Is that 98?
How is no one paying attention to the babies literally climbing this?
Nah. The Bob
Father.
That's a liquid cake.
I can't mother and murder at the same time.
The animation's still really good. Like,
yeah.
There's no dip in quality.
The horse's head.
Just the fact that like they're lit by like the window slits of just like this is like also a crime noir.
Oh, it's so perfect.
First baby butt of the movie.
I was just going to say, like Patty said in the chat, the other animated movie with a great Godfather.
Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Yep. Whippersnappers.
I love that it's Grandpa's wedding.
I love her haircut. Like, you don't see older people with like a shaved head.
Yeah. I understand that.
Oh.
I understand that feeling.
The Finsters. It's also, this show has everything about Rugrats has the best names.
Yeah,
Chucky.
Y'all don't have babies, Christian says. They get into trouble in like seconds.
I believe it.
Yeah, but are they holding a secret mafia in your back room, Kristen? Because if they are, support that. They're getting jobs and they're learning about responsibility.
I forgot that this song was in here. It's a nice throwback.
It's just, what other cartoon has this art style or like this kind of like type of animation?
It's actually interesting because I think the animation in this one's even better than the animation from the first one, which
the
is
budget was a little higher too because the first one was such a success.
that makes sense.
But even because like Rocket Power, I think, was the same creator, so it like has like the same kind of feel of how characters move.
Yeah,
but like everyone's lumpy in a way that you don't see in a lot of like animated shows. Like Ren and Stimpy, Courage the Cowardly Dog had that feel, but these character designs are so good and feel so, and especially the babies feel like babies, but the adults feel weird.
This is sad.
Oh,
all the kids and their moms are having a dance, and then
poor Chucky.
Yeah. Oh,
because he's going to find a mom in Paris. I forgot that's the plot.
you look so sad.
I know. This is almost as bad as Tommy being sad in the first one.
Guys, I forgot the plot of this movie, and now I'm like ready to cry.
Oh.
What was there was
He's so sad.
either animation thing or a video game thing where the person who played Tommy voiced a character, and then the sequel they brought back Chucky.
Emotional?
I know. God damn, man.
Also, the disco ball was 3D animation, which was interesting.
It really was.
Like, they're starting to integrate that in a way that some really got a handle on it.
I didn't realize Debbie Reynolds was the voice of Lulu until Brian said anything. So thank you, Brian.
Oh, I love Debbie Reynolds.
I completely forgot the backbone is Chucky not having a mom. Like, I remember that hitting me as a kid.
Whew, boy. Oh.
It's a little dusty in here, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We got another Streamlabs that just came in from not Sean Sullivan,
Who could that be?
who I don't know who this is, and he says, "I heard you guys have T-shirts. Is that true?" Yes, yes, we do actually. Not Sean Sullivan. We do have T-shirts.
Appreciate you, not Sean Sullivan. And yes, Sean, I do know they have very soft shirts that can be used to wipe away my tears.
Head to TeePublic, Leo.
If you're having emotional breakdowns, buy a shirt.
Or
Yeah, you know what? I just know
Or
that
patch it.
shopping is good for the soul, right? That's what I hear. Grief shopping.
yes.
Oh, they're gonna catch some dates in a net. That's adorable.
That's so funny.
That got me. Oh man, the early days of the internet.
This is a little You've Got Mail,
Yes.
which is, came out in 98. So
Chaz Finster is his username. Oh, buddy.
not allowed in the state of
I was gonna
Kentucky.
say, she looks like
Mike, I don't know if they ever flat out say it, but I assume it must be cancer or something of that.
We all agree that one was a meth addict that he was looking at.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to because
It was that or murder.
It's meth kids is a no-no.
Yeah.
See, we're still chilled and inappropriate. We're not supporting it.
What is it with you babies and poop? I love that line. Oh man.
Just the fact that like it's so many different shots. Like it's a very intricate animation. Like it's not taking itself easy by just having like a static
Look at that
background.
theme park, man.
Yeah, I remember listening to this place
Reptar.
real.
Excuse me.
Even as a kid, I was like, wait, they're in France. Why don't they speak French? Like,
That dude looks like he should have been a Beatle.
yeah.
Who is the voice of these characters?
I have no idea off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
I got you. Let me do the research. My IMDb is the most eclectic search history I've ever had.
I would watch the shit out of a Reptar opera, you guys.
One that
I
sets
really
the
would.
stage on fire.
I always wished
Yeah.
Reptar on Ice was real.
Me too.
Oh no, Reptar broke. You know who's gonna probably have to come to fix Reptar?
Pat Hogue.
Guys,
Yes.
I'll do it.
I mean,
Um,
I think we sent
Do you want to know the voices of these two characters?
Yeah.
Coco LaBouche is Susan Sarandon,
Oh my god.
Wow.
and John Claude is John Lithgow.
No. Oh my god, it is.
No.
Listen. That is so John Lithgow. Holy crap.
I just like they got big actors.
It's similar to the first one. With the David Spades and, you know,
That's right, and Whoopi Goldberg.
yeah.
But now it's like they're a plot point, like an actual plot point. Ah, that's such a movie shot. Oh, this is funny.
Yeah,
This is
Brian's
good.
in here. He knows what's up. This dude's actually bringing us all the information.
All right, Brian. That's how she becomes a part of the show. I forgot.
And who voices Kira?
Kira is. It's not on the first page. Come on, Brian. Can you get it before I do?
Patty, Japan is getting a Godzilla Land, and Sean and I are going with Maxwell and Hogue to. We're gonna do a video blog and everything once the world is
I
better.
I want to zip line into his mouth.
I do too.
It's Julia Cato, and this
Ah.
is pretty much the main thing she's known for, other than Batman the Animated Series.
He's sucking on the phone. That was Home Alone.
That was
like
a total Home Alone.
that was a
I thought
total-
the same thing.
Remind me absolutely
Yeah.
of Home Alone. We did it again.
Yeah, that was absolutely a Home Alone homage.
We slipped in. Oh.
She wasn't in the first one, was she?
No, she wasn't. I think I remember her being added in the show as a character.
Okay. Their faces on the passports.
As somebody who had to get a Canadian passport and drive to the border at like 1 a.m. when I was 7, it's not an easy process. This movie's really skipping past a lot of the legislation. Come on, Rugrats. The
It's a
snail.
Pat, it's a montage.
But I just want to see the bureaucracy, you know?
The
Those-
babies.
The babies almost fell into like the luggage
I know.
tray.
No, Spike, don't go. It's interesting that the babies got all their own seats for this flight
the
to
thing.
Paris.
It's like, no, they're not sitting on your lap. Just put 2 babies next to each other, just as safe.
That's a nice shot of the plane in the sky.
It really was.
There's like good attention to detail when it comes to not just having it bright daylight or like nighttime. Like there's evening or early morning.
That subtitle made me laugh. Karate Yell continues.
Robo Snail.
Reptar is such a great homage to Godzilla.
But it's such a good also like, what's a toy every kid wants? Like the dinosaur thing that breathes fire and like,
Yeah,
which is Godzilla. But
right.
And then a Few Good Men reference, just for that section of the audience.
Everyone in the chat is talking about Cree Summer, by the way, who voices Susie, and they're saying that like she's just the best and super underrated. So we stand for Cree out here. Great job, chat. Kristen says, imagine being on a flight with that comedy of errors happening on it. Yeah.
You mean just a flight?
Your favorite movie based on a Nickelodeon cartoon?
I mean,
so like, why are they being chosen to come to France? I know it's to do with the Reptar like musical.
Probably because, you know, Stu, remember in the last one, he built the Reptar vehicle too.
Yeah, and so he gets to bring all of his friends.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good business deal.
My favorite Nickelodeon cartoon movie is actually probably one of the Rugrats ones, though Hey Arnold's was no slouch either.
But the Jimmy Neutron like movie that started off the whole thing is pretty great as well.
Not wrong. What about you, Max?
I don't know. I don't know.
The SpongeBob movie also is probably the best I've seen out of all of
It's not
their...
based on a Nickelodeon cartoon, but it is a Nickelodeon movie, and I really like Rango.
Rango is real good.
Great.
Also, Tintin is a Nickelodeon movie too.
Yes, it is.
Also, Nacho Libre is pretty funny. What are the other Nickelodeon movies? Let me do some more research, folks. They just called out Tyra Banks.
My kid likes Sponge Out of Water.
Sponge Out of Water is really good. I'm excited for the new one too.
Yeah.
Hasn't it already come out?
No,
It
it is
got
not
delayed
yet.
because of COVID, and I think it's just going to go to
It's VOD.
VOD in January.
Oh, guys, Clock Stoppers.
Oh, dude,
I
look at
that
this
one.
shot real quick. Look at this shot of the clouds.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I actually really love Clock Stoppers. It's so cheesy, but I remember seeing it in theaters when it came out. What was it, like 2002? I'm checking if I'm right. Yeah, 2002. And I just thought it was so much fun. And I bought the soundtrack, and it had this one song on it that I used to jam to all the time. I think it had maybe Bohemian Like You on it by the Dandy Warhols. Is that right?
I'm
Sounds
sorry.
maybe.
I'm sorry, Max. I'm deteriorating at this song.
Yeah, the soundtrack for Clock Stoppers, all the small things, Nickelback, New Flan Gory, Simple Plan, the Dandy Warhols, Sugar Ray doing a cover of Abracadabra, I Want to Reach Up and Grab You.
3D animated plane. Like, they're really
This is an
integrating it.
interesting answer from Malcolm, because I think Doug's first movie, by that time, it was Disney.
It was Disney. It was not Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Also, looking at it now, Lemony Snicket, A Series of Unfortunate Events, is a Nickelodeon movie.
That movie's good.
Which is, yeah, I really like that one.
Does the fact that it's called Euro Reptar Land suggest that there's an American Reptar Land?
I'd imagine, like, the fact that it's so big in America.
French music. Oh, look, it's the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, sure, Sansa was nuts. I just want to see a baguette at Eiffel Tower and some dogs running. You know what I'm saying? That's the France that I know.
Paris is a very pretty city.
I really want to go. I really want to visit.
I've been a couple times.
Max, you're so cultured. Gosh darn it. They showed a baby pee.
That's still nothing compared to the amount of urine in the first film. This is practically subtle on the bodily fluid element thus far.
That's true. There's a musical number around it. The Spiderwick Chronicles is also a Nickelodeon movie, and I kind of like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
I don't remember that movie actually.
It's a young Freddie Highmore.
Playing
I remember that.
2 different characters.
Was that the one that Christopher Eccleston is also in?
That's a
Because he's in one of those.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he might have been in the other one that I always mix it up with then.
Yeah, not that I'm seeing here.
Martin Short is in it, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't see it on the initial page. I just want to say they're playing with a bidet. That's cool.
We have a bidet.
Max, come on!
We just at the towards the beginning of COVID, when there was a toilet paper shortage, we got just a little one you can attach to your toilet very easily without needing a plumber. And I'm not gonna lie, it can be delightful.
Yeah, Max, you're still very fancy.
Very clean. It was like, oh, Spike.
Guys, are they able to let the dogs?
There it is.
There you go.
Oh my god, this was my childhood.
Look at Hogue. He's so happy.
I can't contain my excitement. And he finds love. God. Oh. I'm so taken aback.
Kristen makes a really great point. She said that honestly, the adults in the show are so diverse in terms of their values and personalities. And I think that's why the show is so interesting, is that I think that there is a lot of different views and personality infused into the series in a way that I don't think you always see.
Yeah, I bet Kristen just made a good point, but they just played Who Let the Dogs Out for the dogs running around, guys. But yes, no, all the characters are very diverse and very well represented in terms of different personalities, and that's good writing. Just even the babies have characters from each one-to-one, and
I love that he says I've been to Paris, Texas a number of times.
The chocolates. And then the bad guys find Angelica and think she's a boss or something.
Okay, did you see that subtitle was wrong? It said Reptar's here instead of Reptar's head. Damn it, Netflix, get it together.
Why do we even subscribe anymore? Streaming is dead. Ew. What, Max? What is this? What are we doing here? What is this insanity?
Little bookends.
See, as someone who has now
Another
worked
baby
for Hollywood producers and bosses, this is a very accurate representation of bosses.
That is a beautiful, relaxing garden, though. Not gonna little water feature.
It really is.
Your Pickles is here.
Oh, this chocolate. I remember wanting to just eat it as a kid. Jerk.
Can I go see the Princess Parade, please?
Of course you can.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh. See, this is always when you're a kid and you see adults actually talk about adult things, you get that fear of is that what it's like all the time? Angelica hiding out always freaked me out because it's she's getting a glimpse behind the curtain.
Right. You know what's so funny to me is that this actually does kind of remind me of the fact that Disney does have their own Tokyo Sea and Disney Paris and stuff, where they expand worldwide. It's almost a very real look at the theme park business in a very cool way.
I love theme parks.
You theme parks never.
Never.
I will go visit the Nintendo World they make. I'm not a fan of theme parks. Because I'm an evil person.
What animated food did you always want to eat?
Oh, man. I mean, Ratatouille, removing that.
Yeah.
That's a good question. The Jawbreakers from Ed, Edd and Eddy always seemed like so flavorful, the way they were like obsessing over them.
I wanted an Ed and Eddy movie so badly when I was younger.
Yeah.
But the
Krabby Patty.
Jawbreakers were my favorite. Yeah.
I kind of just want to eat the whole feast from Spirited Away.
Oh, the little
That's a
like
good one.
rice, like.
Oh, you know what?
balls that they have.
Also,
I was going to say Pokemon for me, the rice balls that they always had.
Oh,
the
yeah.
beignets that Tiana makes in The Princess and the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. The ramen in Naruto always
And
made
also,
me.
of course, and I've gotten to eat it because of Universal Studios, but those pink donuts in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But I've had them at Universal Studios, so.
Does she have clocks for earrings?
I don't know. Oh, the parade. I love parades.
This is really well integrated 3D animation for like 2001. Like it looks like it fits the art style.
2000.
2000, like Chucky, learn about cultures. That's right, Kimmy. I remember this being such a big deal when like they got introduced onto the show and all these new characters from the movie that I just fan pat over because it was happening.
Yeah, both of these, like the one we watched last week and this one, both were used to introduce new elements to the season of the show that followed thereafter.
I remember this story always like touching my heart.
It's like King Kong.
Yeah. See, and
It's
as I
so
grow
cool.
older, I very much realize that a lot of the art that I appreciate is Japanese, and especially like whether it's horror, whether it's like actual like Kurosawa, like Japanese cinema, or like ancient stories. And this movie, I forgot, has a bunch of that. Susan Sarandon.
Run along before you give me lice.
What's
Aw. I just looked at Twitter quickly, and Patty posted a photo of her watching this with her siblings, their first time seeing the movie. It's so sweet. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you for
Yeah, thank you, Patty.
That's so fun.
sharing that moment with us.
Dude,
That's
I want to go.
wonderful.
I want to go with all of us to like a worldwide theme park like this and watch a parade like they're doing right now.
I'd be down.
And also, Patty, thank you again for always like watching this and sharing the stories of watching with your family and stuff. I always think it's so awesome. Man, that doesn't even sound like Susan Sarandon to me, but I can also definitely hear
I
it.
can hear her voice in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Lithgow one is
I want
definitely.
to go to a sushi karaoke restaurant where sumo serve the food. This place is dope. This is like my dream restaurant. It has my
love
three favorite things: sushi, karaoke, and sumo.
They don't play down at all how pudgy the sumo wrestlers
Those
are.
are large sumo guys.
There are folds of fat over like their straps.
Kristen, we were talking about that last week. Like the dialogue in the movie's amazing. There's so many more jokes and stuff that I didn't realize existed in it until now because I hadn't seen these in so long. But the dialogue is remarkable.
Sumos are singing "Bad Girl."
It's true.
This is amazing. I don't remember this at all.
I don't either.
I'm loving this.
I completely forgot the Japanese influence on this movie. Like,
Which is why someone last week say they are lost in Japan, and I think this is why, because they're in Paris, but it's a heavily Japanese influenced theme park.
Yep.
There was a sushi restaurant in New York that closed called Sushi Rocks. The restaurant was awful, but it was a karaoke restaurant where the waiters would karaoke, and at all walls in the restaurant were different screens. So like music videos would play. It was like sensory overload, visual overload. Went there for someone's birthday once, and we had a great time. The food was,
Yeah, but you go for the experience.
My dad got up and left because it was too loud for him.
Wait, isn't Stu married?
He is.
Oh, she's trying to marry Chucky's
Yes.
dad. That makes gotcha.
Chaz Finster. What a name.
Chaz Finster. It's such. There's so many good names on the show.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they could have a baby named Dill Pickles. Just
So good. Hey, wait, didn't Tim say he was going to eat a dill pickle tonight? Where's Tim?
Yeah, Tim let us down tonight.
everybody, let him know that he let us down.
You should tweet at Tim Franco and let him know that we're all upset he's not on the watch long eating a dill pickle. That's all.
I feel like we now live in a world where the gif of, if you're disappointed in somebody, the gif of Robert Pattinson beating somebody up as Batman could be sent. And like, this is how you make me feel right now.
The fact that we haven't even talked about that yet is a travesty.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh.
I mean,
Kimmy.
I forgot how cool Kimmy is. Sorry, Max, not to step on what you were going to say.
I was going to say it would be a week late, but we could do that for Sunday's PJ Campbell show. Just talk about all the DC fandom stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Since we already had yesterday planned, that could be fun because I have a lot of thoughts about the Batman, all of them positive. Oh, fireworks.
I miss fireworks. I miss theme parks. This movie makes me realize how much I miss living in a COVID world. Look at this, though. Patty said, I started joining in on the watch-alongs late, but I'm really glad I did. I've rewatched movies I loved and seen movies I've never seen or hadn't seen in years. It's been a blast. And that's all we wanted. So we're glad you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying doing it.
We welcome you with open arms into the community, Patty. Welcome. And a name like that. Spike. Gosh. What's the there's another cartoon.
Spike is peeing on the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower. Yeah, that's his now. He gets to say that's his. The music's really good too. It's a really good score.
The first one had a great score too. We were talking about that last week. Like, the score is just so excellent.
If they were to announce a Rugrats reboot, how would you guys feel?
Like a new a new movie?
Like a reboot. It could be a show, could be a movie.
They're doing a new show.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. They're doing a brand new version.
That's right. How do you feel?
It depends on what they're doing with it, you know?
I mean, the reality of it is I'm probably not going to watch it.
Yeah.
If they made a new movie, I would go see that. I love animated television. I just don't. I don't know. I think the concept of like hyper intelligent babies who get into trouble is one that endures, and I think the new generation will probably love it. So I'm all for it, especially because supposedly the original creators.
Good job, Dill.
So
bonk the bad lady on the nose, Dill.
It's just interesting that we're getting to that 90s nostalgia period where it's like most, if not all, of the 80s properties have really like had a resurgence in a lot of ways, and now we are getting into my territory, and I'm like, all right, I see how everybody feels now. Let's be careful, folks.
Partis, they were at one point making a live action CGI film as well. I don't think that's in development anymore. It was similar to what was happening with Chip and Dale, although Chip and Dale's may still be happening.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that today. Powerpuff Girls getting their live action CW show with them as where they're teenagers who are angry that they were superheroes. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't feel very good about that.
Yeah, I think it's a bad move. Mike says, I have my apprehension about the Rugrats reboot, but as long as the original creators are involved in some capacity, it deserves the benefit of the doubt. I think that's a very good way to look at it.
I think the thing with the Powerpuff Girls show, not to go too far off the rails, is what was so great about the Powerpuff Girls is they were kindergartners.
Yes.
And something like Riverdale, which I've heard it compared to, the Archie characters were high school kids in the source.
Right.
So even though you're putting like a new mystery, darker, sexy sheen on it,
I don't love the idea of the Powerpuff Girls having a darker, sexy sheen.
I don't know.
That makes me feel weird.
I do think you could do a version of it that is quote unquote the darker version, but like is more of kind of referential of like, we're the Powerpuff Girls. We have a name that's supposed to mean we're supposed to live up to this like cutesy ideal. And we want to inspire that kind of good, but we're human. Like we still deal with drama.
We know 2 years from now we'll be talking about how it's our favorite show on TV. So
right.
That one I see a little bit more.
You never know.
It's had enough reboots to like do different kind of versions of it where I'm like, you could do a weird thing with that. I will say, I remember this place, and then they eat the goo. Guys, this song, I feel like I'm being activated.
Gummy bears, balls of hair.
I love that this is clearly like Splash Mountain
meets Small World.
Yeah, meets Small World.
Talking about Splash Mountain, I'm so excited to see what they do with it for Princess and the Frog. I think it's going to be stunning.
Oof. Did you guys ever get that Nickelodeon slime that you could play with in the
yeah.
And would get stuck in the carpet and your mom would get really mad at you? It'd be fun.
It was called Gak.
Gak. Yes, sir.
And then it would dry out on the carpet and then you step on it and be like, I just stepped on 8 Legos all pointed directly into my foot. I also think it's a pretty smart storytelling choice to have the mom who's going to marry like Chucky's dad in the ear of the villain, teaching her how to be a good person.
Excuse me, spoilers.
No, that's what's happening right now. Oh, sorry about marrying later. I don't know, this inconspicuous lady who we all like and hope gets with Chucky's dad. But that's a smart like storytelling choice of like it gets her character to like be on our side while still being a villain, quote unquote. That's right, they had ninjas to fix this.
Ooh, this song is a jam.
Guys, I forgot all this.
I don't remember this at all.
I didn't look, they're being chased by ninjas through the theme park. How do I not remember any of this?
I know we're not done yet, but I'm going to go on a limb and say this is more enjoyable than the first one.
Yeah.
Guys.
Kristen said the original Powerpuff Girls was Whoop-Ass Girls and was weird and dark, so it's not like it's not precedents. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a precedent. It's just, I don't necessarily love the way I was hearing them talk about it today.
My big fear is they're going to over-sexualize the Powerpuff Girls because it's a CW show.
Yes.
And that's an intellectual disconnect for me. But, again, I'll probably give it a try.
But it is weird of like they handled Supergirl really well, like kind of in that vein when it moved over.
I like pretty much all the DC TV shows, especially Legends of Tomorrow, which I think is one of the most fun shows on all of TV. I know Mike K, I think, agrees with me.
They had Brandon Roth this year as Superman back. That's all that really matters.
Yeah,
to
Crisis Event in the Earths was an absolute home run. Yeah. They even got Lucifer in there, and I've been watching Lucifer lately.
Did you guys watch the Flash panel?
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. Dude, I was very impressed.
Oh, this moment.
You know what's interesting? I just realized as we were talking about this, Paramount, because Paramount was the studio at the time who made these movies, both of these movies started with obvious parodies of other Paramount movies. I wonder if that was done intentionally by the creators or if it was Paramount being like, hey, you should do this.
Yeah, I still need to watch Stargirl, but I've heard it's great. Every week, Mike K would watch it and post about the episodes. I was like, I need to get on this. And I just haven't yet.
Artist. This right here, it's interesting that other adults don't care that a bunch of babies are walking throughout the park without their parents.
Have you been to a theme park?
Yeah, I was going to say, I worked in a theme park. That is not unnormal at all.
PJ, to your question about if the studio suggested like making fun of all that, I'm pretty certain it's the creators, because I don't think studios would do that. Like, be like intentionally make fun of us, and the fact that they've really like been making fun of so many different kinds of movies and TV shows, like I think it's just a really smart dig on their part to like, hey, we have bosses, but we can make fun of them too because we're really smart and know how to do all this.
That was just me thinking out loud, just a fun thing.
No, but I'm locking this down, PJ. I'm pretty certain. The poodle, and then they sniff each other's butts, and then please tell me who let the dogs out. Starts in the next couple seconds.
Kristen says there was an episode where they were teenagers, so they definitely already covered the sexualization of the Powerpuff Girl thing in the original series, and then said, "Why do I remember so much about the Powerpuff Girls?"
It's a legacy that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. If we're getting into 90s then early 2000s nostalgia, the second that Danny Phantom is adapted, that's when I'm like either on board or irate the way most people are about their favorite properties. The scene. I love how Tommy's the leader, and he just like has this wisdom that everyone looks to.
Well, he's the leader, man. That's what the leader does,
But he also looks the youngest, other than Dill, out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like when All Grown Up came out, the fact that he had hair was such like a revolutionary like thing.
Right.
Moon rock. I won't swear. I love these babies. Gosh darn it. They have the excuse to have a volcano in the background of this conversation.
It actually kind of reminds me of Volcano Bay at Universal, because there are hotel rooms that look out to Volcano Bay, which is their water park. And I've seen photos that look very similar, where it's dark in the room and you can just see the silhouette of the volcano. So this was sort of prescient about that.
That's actually not wrong. Wow.
That Reptar bed is amazing.
He just went in and just like kissed Chucky's head to fall asleep. That's the thing. Like, none of the parents are evil, and
most hotels just leave mints.
A golden inhaler.
Chad.
That's creepy.
Hold on.
That's
yeah, it's got to be a nightmare.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Ooh, that's a sweet bass riff.
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, man,
the bass man.
Whoa!
This is dope.
Oh, I forgot that. Guys, it's happening again. He becomes a ninja.
I didn't remember this at all.
Not at all. I'm starting to wonder if I've actually ever seen this before. Although I remembered the Godfather opening.
Right.
Yeah. As someone who's played so much Ghost of Tsushima lately, like...
I've been playing it lately, too.
Chucky Chan! Oh my God! I forgot that this is the best. It's such a love letter to both Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan at the same time. And as someone who loves martial arts movies, this makes me so happy.
Kicked out Angelica's teeth. Take that, Angelica. Anybody else watch Jackie Chan Adventures?
When I was younger, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I have the first couple of seasons on digital.
Of course you do, PJ.
I love Jackie Chan. Come on.
There is no media that you don't own.
PJ, you have Blu-rays?
No. No,
what?
I don't. No.
What?
I also do not own any Blu-rays.
What's a Blu-ray? You guys don't just know a movie and then don't have to watch it ever again? This would be a dream to like be a voice actor on. If like, I just get to be a kid and just like talk like a kid and be all goofy.
Yeah.
You sounded like
It's a good
a
read.
vampire in that.
I get to be a kid and it's going to be the fabulous.
What is this? Hotel Transylvania 3? The best Hotel Transylvania?
I actually haven't seen the third one yet.
I think the third one's the best by a pretty solid margin.
Well, I thought the second one was better than the first two, so that's not hard for me to believe.
I like those movies, though. I think
I do too.
I like the
First-
animator. I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
Everyone was like, why is he doing it? You know, because there's other stuff. And I was like, first of all,
We're all freaking out in the chat, by the way, over that sequence. Like,
Yeah,
everyone was like, it's so
awesome.
good.
guys, it's the Moulin Rouge.
And of course, this is the Lady in the
Lady in
Tramp
the Tramp
montage.
scene, but
Yeah.
they're in France instead of.
Oh, this pizza, I remember always looking delicious.
You know, if you're the type of person who theorizes in quantum physics and string theory and that there might be alternate dimensions, imagine if there's a dimension where HD DVD won out and behind PJ there would be brown cases instead of blue cases with all of his HD DVDs.
Max, we don't need this type of conspiratorial discussion this late into the night. We
The
can...
cheese is so... Oh, babies.
Max, I don't want to discuss this on the show, but at some point, if you need an extra person for that Moulin Rouge episode, I'm just saying, it's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Something to consider.
It's not my show. You know who to contact.
I got some names. I'll send some messages.
This movie makes me want to watch Zombieland.
What are the best movies involving theme parks?
Oof.
See, Max got where I was going with this.
It's just, I just like go from
I love Adventure.
Rugrats being like cute and like, oh, we're eating cookies, to like Woody Harrelson being like, nut up or shut up, and just that's the correlation you made.
So I love Adventureland.
Yep, Adventureland's real
Adventureland's
good.
good.
I know this movie is hated by a lot of people, but I am still a fan of Clifford.
Okay.
And I always wanted to go to that dinosaur theme park they go to towards the end of the film.
Final Destination 3.
Yes, that's a good call. Trying to think of other.
So wait, why does she want to marry him? Like, he's just there to help.
Starger's not wrong. Beverly Hills Cop 3 does have some great stuff set in a theme park.
Yeah, I mean Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Yep.
Stranger Things Season 3 has a good fair scene.
3 Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain.
The Sandlot. I mean, not necessarily a theme park, but it does have that great sequence at the fair.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Ooh, good one. Big and Jordan Peele's Us have a similar kind of boardwalk feel.
Yes. I mean, National Lampoon's Vacation, to an extent.
What's the...
Oh,
might be a
Toy Story 4.
Good one.
Yep.
The Way Back with Steve Carell. That's more
I
of a
just
water park.
watched that like a week or two ago. I hadn't seen it in a while. It's really good.
It's good.
It made me cry.
Oh, this song where she like quells Reptar.
Dude, it's so good. I mean, this is such obviously a love letter to Kong, in the idea that, you know, Kong could also be subdued by a woman. Like,
Totally, just like the 3D animation on Reptar is really impressive.
yeah.
Like, it looks as good as like the Iron Giant, which is like crazy to say because that was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, I think this is right. I think what is it, Mr. Yamamoto? Is that it? I don't remember. Said whoever his replacement is needs to be a family person.
Right.
Yeah, Bill and Ted 1 has
Gotcha.
that water park stuff.
What's Bill and Ted? Are we ever going to watch those movies anytime in the future?
I mean, I think there might be a triple feature on September 5th.
You beat me to it.
Bless you, PJ. Just like at the ready.
I was ready for that. That trigger was ready. Although I will say, I just got Bill and Ted on 4K, the first film. I cannot wait to watch it.
I got that one too from
Zabi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This song has no right to be as good as it is. Sorry, PJ.
No, here's the thing I'm going to say. I forgot that the Rugrats movies had such great music, if I'm being honest with you. Like, they're so good. The music in both movies so far has been really spectacular and rivals some of my favorite Disney music. So I think that's fantastic.
Oh, I remember this moment. Guys, I'm not ready for this. It's such a smart way to write a story, and like to have Chucky to be so looking to like have a mom, and this mom and like this evil person manipulating that and like saying, Chucky, let me be your replacement.
By the way, that Chucky Chan song was done by Isaac Hayes.
I had a feeling because I thought I heard him singing it.
What is Isaac Hayes done?
What was that?
What has he done?
The Shaft theme,
he was Shaft on South Park.
And he did the Shaft theme is by Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, he's also a well-known R&B artist. And artist, but
who is
I'm just an idiot when it comes to music. Oh, that's such an accurate portrayal of a photographer. Oh, like, and the way they remixed like the Rugrats theme.
I do not like Chucky's hair.
I don't think he likes it either. I gotta be honest, that looks uncomfortable.
Dee Dee's being very Star Wars is kind of awesome, though.
Yes.
Yeah, Kristen's right. That was super creepy. You don't try to take the bear, and that's what that lady did. That's not okay, man.
She's the villain for a reason.
God, it captures babies so well of just like, yeah, it's a fly. Let's eat it.
Part, babies.
Oh, Chucky. It's like, what's another show recently that has told adult stories but through babies?
Through babies? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's such a smart thing. Like, a smart way to approach it, because we've all been babies. We all know babies.
Jam-covered mouths.
She keeps trying to take his bear, and that's just so rude.
John Lithgow, don't get in the middle of this.
No. No.
Just crushes Dill. Well, this movie changed.
She called them dust mops. What the hell?
Angelica, get the heck out of here. That's right. Those glasses are
awful,
interesting,
Elton John-esque,
but they're like tied in the back. They look like fabric. Aww. It's too easy. Like, it's too easy to get me to sympathize with her because they make her like the sweetest girl in the world. But gosh darn it, if it doesn't work.
I mean, it's brilliantly done, though, in all the right ways, you know?
And also, this movie is like 80 minutes at most. Like, good runtime.
Oh.
Max, you got a question from Star Drew. What are you eating?
I didn't really like it, to be honest.
Oh,
I've had some of those
I
before.
think they're stale. I think it says soft filled, and it was not soft.
it's soft.
Although it was filled.
They're not necessarily always soft, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Because I've definitely had them before.
a little disappointed.
Now, I'm a sour Skittles kind of guy, but I have been getting into the yogurt covered Skittles.
I like
There's like
any sour candy. I love sour candies.
lemon heads are like my go-to.
I love warheads if you can find them still.
Oh, yes.
I like the Airheads Extreme Bites, like the
Yeah.
rainbow colored ones that you can get.
Mhm.
They used to have them at AMC. I used to always get those. That was my like popcorn. That and a drink would be like my snack of choice at the cinema.
Whenever I'm feeling dangerous, I'll get a baby bottle pop, which is like too much sugar for like an adult to consume, but man, does it hit the spot sometimes. Angelica, you can't be nice to Chucky because then I get sad.
Hey, she's being nice, and this whole thing was like her
Doing.
Her imaginations caused this drama.
These babies gotta deal with real stuff. Oh, I remember this story. I remember as a kid that being like the Tom Cruise scene from A Few Good Men of like, you, like, I want the truth, but it's from Angelica in Rugrats. That's right, Dill. You shower.
Dill is such a bad boy in the first one, and in this one, he's so much nicer.
He grows so much between the movies and the TV show too.
And
Yeah.
he's so freaking cool in
I
All
agree
Grown Up.
with that, and I am like, ugh, they're really doing us like this. They are.
Yeah.
It's like kids' movies don't need to be stupid or simplistic.
Well, I've always said that too.
Yeah.
I think the best family films are the ones that strike the perfect balance between entertaining children and adults.
Yes.
But it's like, I never saw The Godfather as a kid, but I understood a power dynamic of they were asking Angelica for a favor, you know, and then as you grow up as an adult, you see what they're referencing.
shot
You're like,
is
oh, it's just better.
With like the clouds and the
It's-
castle. It's so
Look
beautiful.
at all this animation. The 3D animation right here for the church is gorgeous.
The
It
stained
is-
glass windows, the candles, really pretty.
It's way more complex than they need to make it because it's not just a static 2D background. It has like depth to it.
I always felt that. What's her name in the green?
Oh, that's testing my knowledge. Let me see if I got IMDb still pulled up.
I'll say what I want to say this way. I'm always surprised she has a husband.
Do we know what her name is in the show? Is she a DeVille?
Yeah, she's Phil and Lil's mom.
So Betty. Her name's
Betty.
Betty.
I was always surprised, and I even remember thinking this when I was younger, that Betty had a husband.
Right.
What I'm laying down.
Oh man, I remembered this too. Of like, what a power fantasy to have as a kid.
I love when she calls them dumb babies.
Yeah. Look at them go, man. And it's so funny because in the first one, they have the Reptar vehicle. Now they're literally inside a giant Reptar.
This is. It's such a power fantasy. Like, as a kid, it really was like, if babies could do this, I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
The babies literally are straight up destroying parts of the theme parks.
They're causing millions of dollars of damage. Millions.
They almost killed Angelica.
They caught her. This is kind of like Pacific Rim.
It really is, though. What a great tie-in to what we're doing on Friday night. You know, guys, we do have a wicked double feature of Godzilla 98 with Pacific Rim, so be
Are
here.
those films streaming anywhere?
I believe that Godzilla is still on Netflix. I'll check about Pacific Rim.
Oh. That is the most hideous dress.
I was just gonna say this wedding dress is atrocious. It's an affront to my aesthetics. She looks like a deranged peacock about to murder babies. I hate it.
But like that
quote Heidi
green,
Klum, Frida Zane.
that green is the same color as the slime that's
Pack
flowing through her part.
Pack your things and go.
You're not making it work. Make it work or get out.
Who is that voice?
That's Tim Gunn. Make it work.
No, I'm saying the minister.
Oh, the minister? Let's look this guy up.
Is it Tim Curry again?
All right. French worker. Looking for priest here. Oh, no, it's Dan Castanella. Castanella.
Okay.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah. I knew it was a voice I was familiar with. And
Tim Curry is in it.
Is he?
He plays one of the sumo singers.
That's offensive, but hilarious.
Just the fact he's like, yeah, I had such a good time the first time. I'll do whatever you want the second time.
What is happening?
Lithgow.
It's like a mech fight.
That's right, the snail.
This has been foreshadowed literally the whole movie.
This is amazing.
So FX Now and DirecTV and Fubo TV all are currently carrying Pacific Rim, but Godzilla 98 itself is not streaming. I would rent or buy it either on YouTube TV or iTunes, Apple TV type thing, but there is ways to find it. So get ready for Friday, everyone. That is straight up a reference to Jurassic Park.
The babies are literally having a mech fight on the Champs-Élysées and leading to the Arc de Triomphe. It's crazy.
She got slimed. They jump over and land on a fire engine. I love that they're like, well, we can't stop them. That's great.
Did you hear the Rugrats theme music in that?
Yeah, it came in. But
oh my god!
Again,
this is like an incredible animated action sequence.
It really is.
It gives Tintin a run for its money.
It's all happening at dusk, which is like not a thing you animate because that's such a hard like time of day to like.
Oh, Patty, straight up. Hold up. Kimmy is the princess. While everyone else ran away, she was the only one that welcomed him with a smile. Look at that. I love it.
Look at the sumos. They're wearing
probably
jackets that don't fit and their bottoms.
That's probably socially accurate. We're not at all.
I like that the caption said "passes gas."
Tinkle heads. I'm gonna start calling people that. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. They're trying to kill babies. I'm just. But you know when like a TV show is made into a movie and you're like, well, that could have just been a longer episode. Like these movies feel so much like, no, they can only be movies to have this kind of stakes.
I mean, that's the Empire State Building. What is this, Tomorrowland?
Ha, ha, ha. I still need to see Tomorrowland.
We did a watch-along not too long ago.
Yeah.
Sure we did.
I miss Brad Bird.
Speaking of watch-alongs.
Oh, look at that.
Also, we are in full King Kong vibe right now.
Absolutely 100%.
Oh, no. My God, the peril.
Well,
Man,
that's
God's
cool.
Reptar can really stretch there.
The stakes in this movie are insane.
Just like the first one. The first one had real dark, deep stakes too.
Well, the fact that they're babies.
Right. It's crazy to me, man.
Oh, what a romantic man. Destroyed the church. Toddling tourists.
I just love that they foreshadowed this like the whole movie with Lil and them playing with these toys, and now here they are.
And this is also clearly like the greatest work of John Lithgow's illustrious career.
Absolutely.
Over my dead potty?
On God, babies!
Mike, I agree. The movies do make some of the best use of Reptar, and that's because they have the budget to use Reptar in these interesting ways.
That went in its butt.
Oh, oui. Come on, Kung Fu Chucky. But they did a full Looney Tunes. The triumphant Rugrats theme.
I love the triumphant Rugrats theme so much.
She is a truly abhorrent woman.
She really is. She's like one of the...
Look at this Jurassic Park.
There's a lot of Spielberg in this movie that I didn't really catch when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Just even at the baseline of, like, missing a parent.
Yeah.
And the whole thing falls apart if, like, 3 rubber bands get ripped down.
Oh, the dogs made it back.
Right in time for the wedding.
I love that there's a slide.
Oh. I love that this movie is about Chucky.
Right, and the first one was all about Tommy. Like, they really went on the emotional stakes of
You
both
can
of
do
these
it,
characters.
Chucky. It's just a door.
Come on, Chucky.
Wild Thornberrys was created by the same people that created Rugrats.
And I think that there's, obviously they also keep a lot of the same voice actors and stuff,
Wait,
too.
is Tim Curry Nigel Thornberry?
And wait until next week when Rugrats go wild.
Indeed. I love that Chucky talking. Wait. Did Planet of the Apes, did Rise of the Planet of the Apes steal from this movie also? Because the first word that Caesar also says is no.
I'm going to assume yes.
That moment when I saw it on opening night, the theater went nuts.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that moment's epic. The fact that he says that out loud.
I love just how they
That
sound
always
like.
sounds like he has a terrible head cold.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that he's always stuffed. You don't
Yeah.
need to tell me. Yes! Yamamoto! Angelica is the best. La bouche.
Oh, man. Fired!
Oh, man.
Nobody fires Coca-Lebuche.
It's just, they mix Japanese and French so much. I'm so into it.
That little smirk on Tommy's face.
I know. She hurt them.
She assaulted
Terrible
babies.
woman.
Gee, they should garters.
Disgraced.
Get out of here, Susan Sarandon. I like his underpants, the skulls.
I love that they're like, they don't even notice the fact that basically Spike has not been around, and then Spike comes back and they're like, oh, Spike, now go chase the bad guy. It's fine.
Assault that man. Take him down. Oh.
No.
And the music gets all sweet, guys. Come on. Just get him a tissue.
Oh, now I'm gonna cry.
Hey, we've held out this long.
That look she gave him, like it. She wants to. She loves him. It's beautiful, man. Sometime later.
Oh, I remember that line. See, the snottiness
So
really
good.
does add to, like,
Yeah.
it sounds like Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
You come to me and you're just like, I don't know.
Kristen says that she's been crying for minutes, giving her the tears.
Oh, they're all wearing kimonos. Like, this is so cute.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
come
do this.
on. Guys.
they really go for the heartstrings in this, don't they?
And they let the babies talk about real stuff. Like, their mom's dead.
Pardis says that I'm glad they added Kimmy to the cast in the show after this. It kind of reminds me of all things Lethal Weapon. Like every Lethal Weapon movie added a new cast member that would stay for the remainder of the series. And both of the Rugrats movies added cast members that would stay prominent through the show until it ended.
Angel always did that. They'd always introduce a new character in the last 2 episodes of the previous season who'd become a main cast member the next season.
I never thought I'd hear a comparison between Lethal Weapon and Rugrats, but here we are.
No, that's all right.
Okay. These babies are touching too much left out food. You got it, Angelica.
You're caker. Spike and the dog's just eating it.
It's still Rugrats.
What a joyous way to end this movie for all of them to be like throwing cake and stuff at each other.
The adults got hit, though. What does that mean? Bigger food fight!
This never happens in real life, you guys. The world would be better if we were all in an animated TV show.
God, I do wish I was in a food fight in real life at some point. Tommy and Chucky, best friends. Yeah!
Oh my god. This was like just for Hogue right here, where they're like, let's make sure. Mike K, does this one have a post-credit scene also? I'm curious, because I really don't know.
Doesn't seem to.
All I gotta say, man, is I like this one even more than the first one. I think that it's not nearly as devastating, but it still definitely goes for the heartstrings in the very similar ways, which made it very, very enjoyable for me on this rewatch. And I probably haven't seen this movie since 2004, 2005. It's been a long time, but it was really fun to revisit. And the homages throughout are excellent. I'm going to go ahead and start with Max. What were your thoughts as we went back, man?
I kind of loved this movie. I thought it was wonderful. Like, it's a great, like, melange of adventure and action and heart, and I love the use of both French and Japanese culture. It's so sweet and funny. I liked it actually quite a bit more than the first one, not just because the first one, put me into an emotional coma, but I think that the story here is just more cinematic, more exciting. Yeah, I like I said, I didn't remember this at all, and I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I don't care if you say a 33-year-old man is too old to be enjoying and loving Rugrats in Paris. You can go screw.
I think that's such a ridiculous thing. Yeah, like I don't care what age you are, like enjoying an animated film is never a bad thing. And like the Rugrats characters are just so much fun, man. How can you not enjoy this? Like,
and even if you've never seen the show, it works. But if you do know the characters from the show, like, it feels so true to them. And so many of the side characters who have bigger parts in different episodes of the shows are in it. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hogue, you seem to really love this film. You said this is the one you remembered more than the first. How are you feeling?
I just want to start by reading the Netflix description they have for this movie. These kids already know what it's like to have adventures at home, so why not give France a try? Bonjour, babies.
Bonjour, babies.
When a movie has that as its description, it's got confidence. But jokes aside, I'm flabbergasted at how well this holds up. And like, not knowing kind of too well the first Rugrats movie, but going back and watching it and feel like, oh no, the quality is still there. And regardless if it's the same that matches the show, it still feels like a justified animated movie that has like emotional beats. The Who Let the Dogs Out was not as long as I remember in this version, so heartbreaking, but that's okay. Past that, it does everything I need it to in terms of hitting every nostalgia beat I need, but also kind of what one of these movies that's based on a TV show should do, of just look at how enjoyable these characters are, how enjoyable this world is. Watch the show, watch the other movies, like spend time with us, because you're not going to find this anywhere else. And really, it does give me such nostalgia for property-based movies, licensed movies in these kind of ways that didn't give a crap if like they were normal or not. They just like stuck true to what they knew. And this is through and through a Rugrats movie. It is so Rugrats and represents it in such a beautiful way. And like,
excuse me.
Nah, not at all, Max. But I feel so grateful that this was one of my childhood like touchstones, and as an adult I can still appreciate it as such.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you brought up is really interesting, especially the IP part, because in a world that feels run rampant in general on just milking IPs for what they are, both of the Rugrats films, at least to me so far, have really felt like they were made with so much love by the people involved in the show to make sure that it was a very cinematic representation of what they knew. And they didn't try to change it. Like, they just got to expand it. And I think that really makes it special in a way.
And make it epic.
I have a question, since the movie was short and we have a little extra time, I think. Are there any animated series on TV now or the past few years that you think would make for a good feature film, theatrical film?
I mean, for sure, for me, like the two obvious ones, I think the newer DuckTales would make a great cinematic translation, even more than the original series did. And of course, for me, Gravity Falls.
I was going to say Gravity Falls also.
Yeah.
I would also throw into their Over the Garden Wall. I think you would have very, like, you don't even have to call it that, but I think that tone would fit it so well to a feature kind of like aesthetic. And you just learn that it has like an entire kind of mini series / one season like of backstory. Yeah, that's my go-to.
Mike K says the Owl House, so I know it's about almost done with its first season. I'm hoping after its first season ends, it hits Disney Plus because I really, really want to watch that show.
I'm trying to think of what else, man. Because like We Bare Bears actually just kind of had their own movie.
This is true. I really like the Troll Hunters trilogy of shows on Netflix, and to wrap it all up there, because there's 3 separate shows that make the universe, and to wrap it all up, they're doing a movie next year, which I think will be a good way to end it. If you haven't watched those shows, like 3 from Arcadia, Troll Hunters, and the other one, you should. Guillermo del Toro sort of created that universe, and it's held up really well. And I was worried too because the main character in the original series is voiced by Anton Yelchin, who, as we all know, very sadly passed away. But they did a nice job transitioning and moving past it and really expanding the scope of the world.
I really need to watch that still. I am a big fan, obviously, Guillermo del Toro.
Dig it. It's a real fun show. Kelsey Grammer's in it.
It has a great cast from what I understand. And who was it that took over for Anton? I'm trying to remember because it was a pretty big name in and of itself as well.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on.
Is it Emil Hirsch?
It might be. That might be right.
I feel like it might be Emil Hirsch. There's a lot of animated series that... Okay, that's awesome that I remembered that. There's a lot of animated series I think could make the jump. I mean, I'd even say go back again, like Rescue Rangers is ripe for doing some sort of adaptation on the big screen with those characters, like Darkwing Duck.
I'll still say, I think, as somebody who wants to make films and, has some properties they want to adapt, you could do Danny Phantom. Doesn't have to be just a TV series. It could be like a movie.
Pardis said the same exact thing as you at the same moment.
I'm just saying, there's a way to make that a Back to the Future style Ghostbusters kind of.
Correct if I'm wrong, but are they not working on a Bob's Burgers movie?
They are. It's supposed to come out next year, I believe.
Yeah, I think that could be. I mean, I love Bob's Burgers. I know you have issues with it.
I have personal connections to that show that have soured it for me, unfortunately.
Even on Disney, it's on Disney.
It's Starter. I'm sorry, it's not good. I watched it. It's bad.
The show's bad?
No, the show's great.
No, there was a live action movie that came out last year.
A really cheap live action movie.
Yeah, the original show is really good.
It's incredible. Gil, the fish man, just saying, some of the best episodes. If they did a Simpsons sequel, or if they did a Family Guy movie, like a legitimate let's wrap it up Family Guy movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like if they do another Simpsons movie, it should be like the finale.
Yeah, that's the plan at least. Of once it slows down. I've insider sources from years ago from somebody I knew who worked on the show that said they have a second movie ready to go.
Phineas and Ferb gets a movie next week, I believe, on Disney Plus. They're getting the Candace film.
I'm very excited for that because I love the other Phineas and Ferb movie.
Mm-hmm.
That starts with that song, Everything's Better with Perry.
Yes. And then also, we just got another Streamlab donation before we head out of this place from one Mr. Michael K. Michael K donating.
Come on.
Thank you, Mike K. He said, another awesome watch along, and shout out to Chris Clark for knocking the new intro apart.
Mike,
I love that.
Poet. We love you.
But, guys, we've been talking about it. You want to know what we're doing next Monday, right? I'm sure that you guys are as excited as we are. Boom. There it is. We are going to be coming back to the Nickelodeon universe for another go around. We are going to be watching the Rugrats Go Wild. That is going to be so much fun. I actually don't know if I've seen the movie from what I can remember. So this will be...
I've definitely seen it in theaters, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I've seen this one a lot. I know this one.
I remember the trailer, and I remember Eliza talking to Spike on the couch, and it was revealed that Bruce Willis was the voice of Spike. So the marketing stayed with me. So I may actually remember the movie more than I'm letting on, but it's one of those ones that in the back of my head, I can't necessarily recall it in the same way that I could with the first one, and even this one to an extent. But I am super duper excited to watch this one with you guys. And we may stick with that for a little bit. We might do some other Nickelodeon films because they're all pretty easily accessible. I know we were talking about doing the Hotel Transylvanias during the Scary Movie Squad time to play with the monsters a bit. Monster House was one that Maxwell had brought up. We have all sorts of options right now.
I'd love to do Coraline too.
Yes, Coraline's great.
Paranorman.
Yeah.
See, Mike's like me. He goes, I remember the trailer. I don't remember the movie at all.
Come on, Mike. You just
I don't remember. After enjoying Rugrats in Paris as much as I did, I'm excited to go wild with these babies.
As somebody who's as big of a fan of the Wild Thornberrys as I am Rugrats, and watched that movie a lot as a kid, I remember it being the epic Avengers style crossover that we not only deserved, but that we needed.
Absolutely. You know what else we need, you guys? We need a massive double feature on Friday. We are going to be doing Godzilla 98 and Pacific Rim. Sean Sullivan will be in-house with the rest of us as we go down the rabbit hole of one of cinema's most well-known box office bombs of all time, and one that was finally found a footing on like home video and stuff too, and managed to eke out a sequel. But this movie, Pacific Rim, is one of my favorite blockbusters of all time.
Truly, truly terrible sequel.
Yeah, well, that's that's a thing that's true, unfortunately.
I'm thankful you're not making me watch that because I never want to watch it.
I would never. There's few movies, you guys know I'm a very optimistic person. I give most movies a pretty even keeled, pass on stuff. Pac Rim Uprising is not that movie for me.
No,
it's so bad. I haven't even seen it.
I'm not the type of I don't love the word fan, but like I'm not the type of entertainment enthusiast who gets mad when things go a different way than I wanted them to go. Because to me, criticism should be you relating to what's being presented to you, not, oh, I want it to be this way. But I have to say, Pac Rim Uprising is one of the few sequels where some of the choices they made I thought were so different than what I would have expected and so misguided that it just upset me on an intellectual level. Like there's a character that dies that I think should not have died. There's a character who becomes the villain that I think is just so stupid.
That's like the one part of the movie I like. I just think it's handled in like such an atrociously bad way.
And I don't know, it's just a mess. It made me angry, but I don't want to go on about it.
No, but I'm excited for that. And I know what else Max is excited about. This will make him happier.
Yes, Front Center Mezzanine, Thursday, 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. Our guest, Kaylin West. It's going to be awesome. Please join us for that.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And of course, we've been saying it all night. We got the TeePublic store. Go check out the merchandise. Pick up some shirts. Maxwell's got that beautiful mug. Look at that thing. Come on.
So pretty.
Who doesn't want that? It just
darn.
so well, man. Like
it really. I mean, obviously I have bias, but it really is a beautiful cup. It turned out so well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Front Center Mezzanine mug, which I'll be premiering live Thursday, and I think it looks great as a mug.
And of course,
see that mug, you gotta wait.
Of course, we also have September 5th, Saturday. We are going to be next Saturday, not this Saturday. We are going to be doing the Bill and Ted triple feature. I can't wait, you guys. I love these movies. I'm so excited for the third one. I can't wait to go on this like very 80s adventure with everyone in a way that, we haven't in a long time. And these movies deserve to be watched together. If you've never seen Bill and Ted, this is going to be the perfect time to do it. You guys?
A triple feature sounds like a lot, but all three of them are under 90 minutes. It'll be about as long as our show.
Rocketeer.
No, as our show last night was, so it won't be that bad.
No, and I think if you've never seen
to build in like 5-minute intermissions in between each movie so everyone can get another drink or use the lavatory.
Yeah, and if you've never seen these, this is like such a perfect time to do it. These movies rock incredibly hard. Hogue, are you as excited as we are?
I mean, yeah, in a weird way that I didn't think I would be because I've never seen any of the Bill and Ted's, but I love Keanu, as we all do. And the trailers for the new one, like, really have me jazzed and want to watch it. And so the idea of seeing the first two and then just building to that excitement of all of us getting to see this new adventure with, like, these two goons.
I will say two things. One, what's so great about the first two Bill and Ted movies is that, you think, and they kind of are really dumb, like comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much heart.
And they're so optimistic.
Yeah, they're so optimistic, and that's what I love about it. Dude,
I'm excited.
if you think the triple feature will be the first time I'm watching Face the Music, you're wrong. I'm definitely going to watch it the day it comes out on VOD.
Max, you could save it. You could have a live reaction with us.
I really love personally having watch-alongs be the first time I watch something.
I get it. I do.
And of course, I want to show off this is the new graphic, by the way. I was using the old ones, but look at that. It's so much better. These new watch-along logos and what Chris Clark is doing is remarkable. And of course, on Wednesday, we are going to be re-airing Suddenly Soundtracks. It's the episode on Rent that Chris and I did. I love this episode. You guys are going to have a great time with it. It's an oldie but a goodie, and I hope that you guys will tune in for that. And next week, Scary Movie Squad begins. Look at those movies that we have coming up, man.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
It's September 4th, the day before the triple feature. We are going to be doing Halloween. I am so hyped, you guys. I can't wait to watch Halloween with all of you.
Halloween is one of my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
Mine as well. And we have such an incredible panel of guests for all of these films. Again, look at this list. Get the merch, get ready. We're going to have a blast. Kristen Smith will be here with us. We have Tim Franco in-house for all of these as well. William Bibiani, Mark Riley, Janine the Machine. There's all sorts of people coming along on this ride for Scary Movie Squad. So buckle in. It's going to get crazy.
And also, because there's inevitable overlap with our viewership, Friday, Kevin Smith, Chris Jericho, Schmodown. It's going to be one of the, I think, all-time great Schmodown matches. Got to tune in and watch it. It's going to be a blast. I've been looking forward to it for so long.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And I know that we're definitely competing with it as far as when our stream starts and stuff. But I get it. Look, and that's why we start with Godzilla 98, right? Because everyone's going to want to watch Pacific Rim after anyway.
Yeah, it's perfect.
The real victors will come out on top of that one.
Yeah, us and our fans. So with that, guys, let's go ahead and get everyone out of here. What a great night celebrating this. I'm going to start with Hogue. Hogue, where can everyone find you online?
After watching Rugrats in Paris, there's no better way than to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Hogue_filmmaker, and check out my Vimeo page at Patrick Hogue. I'm a filmmaker. You can check out all my films on there, and check out my latest short film, SEW, on Crypt TV.
Good.
It's so good. Thank you, PJ, for the plug.
Of course.
It's kind of built into the marketing that it's going to be quality. So Crypt TV, check it out. Yeah, this is great. It's a great movie. I'm emotional. I love you guys.
Can I just say, from the bottom of my heart, I am so glad, like 2 years ago, we met at a Back to the Future screening.
PJ.
And that from that time on, the bond of this and now us doing this, it's just been the best. So I'm glad you're
Dreams coming true, PJ. And there's no one else I'd rather be on this ride with.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that.
Don't make me cry. Get rid of me before I start crying.
You stay right there. Maxwell, where can everyone find you online? Look at that. He wrote his down, and I love that too.
I'm not that efficient.
Perfect. And I just want to say also, Maxwell, I'm so glad we met on social media. I'm glad that you are here on this ride with us too. I couldn't imagine doing this without you.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I can't wait to meet you in person, Max. It'll happen one day. It'll be glorious.
With that, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at PJ_Campbell. And of course, you can find me over at the Movie Trivia Schmodown, where I am the head writer. Be nice to us. Things sometimes happen, but we're getting through it. It's just one of those things. And look, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the kind words. The writers are human. We're not computers. Just follow us. Thank you for being here. We'll see you guys next week. And instead of doing our normal goodbye, I'm throwing down that intro one last time, because how do you not? Have a good night, guys.
Look at what's happened to me. No, I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or or not, it's just me. Believe it or not, it's just me.